used to be very obsessed with this movie, and one thing that really struck me was how it's almost made on the cusp of the digital age. We obviously not only don't get record stores like this anymore, really, but there would have been text messages flying and back and forth, and there would be Instagram stalking of exes and all that sort of thing. I'm just wondering, if you were to remake this now, how much of an impact do you think digital technology would just have on the narrative?
I don't know if you saw Zoe Kravitz's TV show, which was set within the digital age. So they had mobile phones and things like that. But there are still vinyl stores. They've come back, as you know, that they weren't there and then they are there. And in fact, when people asked me if I was ever going to write a sequel to any book, the only one I'd ever thought of was High Fidelity, but I could never think what Rob would have done between the year 2000 and the year 2020. Now he'd be running a record store. There was a 10, 15-year period where the people I knew who did run record stores, they were like estate agents and things like that, and I didn't want to write about those.
Rob is an estate agent, he's not the Rob that I think you just want to see. So there was one on this side of it, Mike.
Hi, amazing film, amazing book. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Just a quick one, though. Obviously, casting the lead role like John Cusack would carry risks and would carry kind of nervousness around it. But at what point did you both realise that John Cusack was the right person in that role and would carry the film for you?
When you rang me up.
Was that the salary negotiation?
No, I think as he was producer and writer of the film, he was kind of.
No, I immediately thought, oh, that's a very good idea. Yeah, I never had. Did I make a mistake?
I think, one of the ways this happened is that John and Devi had grown up together in Chicago. They all came as a package. And one of the things that sort of won me over was them saying, look, this is a book about us. This is how we grew up. They're both music obsessives. And it spoke to them. And there wasn't anyone else involved. You just think, oh, it's this guy's going to write it and this guy's going to play it. And it wasn't like either of us had any choices at any stage.
I wanted a choice. Also, I think The Grifters was about 10 years before this.
Yeah.
And John had grown up enormously. When we made The Grifters, he would have a dazzling hour about 5 o'clock, and you'd spend the whole time trying to work out how to shoot his bits at 5 o'clock. But now he took responsibility for, well, actually watching the film, you think he took responsibility for the whole bloody thing. He'd grown up, he was great, John. So I never crossed my mind that when I made The Grifters, John was a possibility, and Robert Downey. They were the only two people on the list. But in this, it was just John. Lucky to have him.
Yeah. Okay, we've got two more, so I'm going to quickly go. Can't see. There you go. Right, we've got back row over here. And then a little bit further in over on this side. Yes, thank you.